What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video of the Point After Podcast. Here today, going to be covering Tennessee hosting Florida. Florida coming in ranked number 20, Tennessee ranked number 11. Now, I've got a lot to say about this video, but I'm going to start with, if you're a Florida fan, you might as well just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then go straight to your local church and start praying, because there is no chance in hell that Florida wins this football game. I'm sorry. I don't like saying that. I'm here to talk about the preview video. I'm telling you, supposed to be telling you why Florida's going to win this game. Tennessee may drop 50 on your head before it's halftime and not look back. And Anthony Richardson is going to be doing everything he can to try to be the next Johnny Manziel. He's going to have a Johnny Manziel top performance in order for Florida to win this football game. If you're a Florida fan, I've had West Virginia fans, I've had BYU fans, I've had Baylor fans all come at me telling me why I'm wrong, that their team is going to lose in weeks past. Sorry, I had to sneeze, cut back in. And I've proved them wrong all three times. I need somebody from Florida to prove me wrong here, right now. Sorry, I had a little allergy attack. That's why I keep cutting it out, but I'm back. All right, now, again, Florida it's just not looking good for you on paper. I've got a few points here, a few little tidbits as to why Tennessee's going to win this game. I'm going to read off some stats that concern me about Florida, and then I'm ultimately going to tell you what the difference maker in this game is going to be. And it starts with Anthony and it ends with Richardson, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So, going back to Tennessee, we're going to start with the Tennessee offense. Tennessee's offense is averaging 50 points per game, 77.3 plays per game. That's going to come into effect in a little bit later. I'll tell you why in just a second. Offensively, 546 yards per game, 363 passing yards per game. Now, when you go look at Florida's defense has around 216, 202, and 116 yards per game. Passing. Rushing, 230, 70 in the game they lost to Kentucky, and then 286 in the game that they barely won against USF. You're looking at a bounce the ball type of scenario where Florida is 0-3 going into this game. There's no game day. There's no any given Saturday tour with Josh Pate. There's probably no SEC Nation. Like, this is a true potential 0-3 team versus a 2-1, 3-0 team. Tennessee came out with a really good win on the road against Pitt. They clutched up. They had, 27 points versus Pitt, 34 counting the overtime. I think 24 of that was in the first half, 21 somewhere in there. It's truly, to me, it's not a contest. Hendon Hooker's got 844 passing yards, 6 touchdowns. Their two running backs, 325 yards, 6 touchdowns. Between the two, you did force 3 turnovers when you were on the road at Pitt, so that's really good defensively. The Tennessee defense is really what's impressed me a lot this year. They're only allowing 344 yards per game, 83 on the ground, 261 through the air. Most of that, I believe, came from Pitt, and Pitt had a really, really good run game. I don't see Florida being able to run the ball all over Tennessee just because there's no passing game to counteract that. Now, going to Florida, though, we've already talked about their defense. Anthony Richardson is absolutely atrocious. I'm sure there is hype around him. He's one hell of a running quarterback, but that's what he is. He's a running quarterback. He can't throw. He's got 4 interceptions. Last year, I think he had 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, something like that. Another atrocious stat that I covered in their preview video. Anthony Richardson is not going to win you football games on the road against a top 10 team in the nation. I don't care if they're ranked 11th. They are a top 10 team in the nation. So is Arkansas. So is Penn State. But we'll talk about that later. Now, again, you're allowing 373 yards per game for Florida. You're 113th in rushing yards per game allowed. You're getting – sorry, I was trying to figure out how to read my notes here. You're scoring or getting 21 first downs per game. Sorry, you're giving up 21 first downs per game. And your defense is 69th in points per game. That's not going to get it down. Tennessee is 26th in first downs per game. That's 26 first downs per game average, number 20, and then 14th in plays per game. Every bit of this tells me Tennessee's going to win. Every bit of this tells me Tennessee's going to win with ease. And you can say, like, oh, they haven't played anybody. They go on the road to the defending ACC champions in a very, very hostile environment, and you know it's hostile. I mean, if you watched that Wake Forest game, sure, it wasn't their home stadium, but it was their hometown. Pitt's really good this year. They may not be elite like they were last year with Mark Whipple, Kenny Pickett, Jordan Addison, but they're really good with Keaton Slavis and the new OC that came from the NFL that's run heavy. Pat Narduzzi said he wanted to run the football. That's what they did, and they still lost. So you could throw that Pitt. Tennessee hasn't played anybody. Pitt's better than what most people think just because they lost all that from last year. Pitt's still a really good football team. Different on the flip side of that, Florida to me is just as good as 1-2. They may be 2-1, but they're also just as good as 0-3. If Gary Bohannon was any type of good or any type of what he was at Baylor, hell, if he had just some help from the South Florida team, they probably won that football game. Anthony Richardson tried to give it to him on a silver platter, and they turned it down. Now, Florida's going to come in. They're going to be high. They may keep this close in the first quarter, or Tennessee's going to be up by 30 at the end of the first half. It's just there's not a lot to me that says Florida is going to even stay close in this game, and because Anthony Richardson can't throw the football. And I hope to God he proves me wrong. I really do. I really hope Florida keeps this a close football game. But until I see something, hell, he ain't throwing a touchdown pass. He's got more tackles than he does touchdowns. A quarterback. Until Anthony Richardson shows me something, give me Tennessee by 90 at this point. I'll take Tennessee minus, what's the spread? Minus 10? I'll take it. Give me Tennessee minus 10. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Florida fans, I'm sorry, but I mean, if you've got, I said at the beginning of the video, if you got anything that can prove me wrong, I'm here for it. I'll need inside information from Gator Nation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Sorry for all the cuts in and outs. I had an allergy attack kind of right in the middle of this, but we move forward. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next week with more SEC preview videos.